This is the moment prison guards realize Jeffrey Epstein is dead. Newly uncovered footage, buried inside millions of government files and never highlighted before, shows guards suddenly sprinting back and forth outside Epstein's cell. And 6 years later, it's reopening one of the most disturbing mysteries in modern American history. Jeffrey Epstein was being held inside the Metropolitan Correctional Center in New York, charged with running a vast sex trafficking network involving underage girls. He was facing a trial that threatened to expose powerful people across politics, finance, and royalty. But on the morning of August 10, 2019, that trial vanished forever. The newly surfaced surveillance footage begins at 6:30 a.m. A prison guard approaches a desk near Epstein's cell. Moments later, the officer walks directly toward the cell. Roughly 1 minute passes. Then the tone shifts. A guard begins moving quickly back and forth between the desk and the cell area. Seconds later, 2 more guards appear. All 3 are now running. Epstein would be officially declared dead at 6:39 a.m., 9 minutes after the first movement toward his cell. Authorities ruled Epstein's death a suicide, but they also acknowledged a series of stunning failures. From 10:40 p.m. at the night before until 6:30 a.m., no one entered the tier where Epstein was housed. Mandatory checks at 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. were never done. And at least 2 surveillance cameras outside Epstein's cell were not functioning that night, creating critical gaps in the timeline. Investigators later admitted they could not reconstruct the final hours with certainty. Even more questions surround the hours before Epstein was found. Another piece of surveillance footage appears to show an orange-colored shape moving up the stairs toward Epstein's tier late at night. The FBI suggested it might have been an escorted inmate, but the Inspector General pushed back, noting inmates were on lockdown and suggesting it could have been someone carrying bedding or linen. To this day, no definitive explanation exists. Epstein had already avoided serious punishment once, thanks to a controversial 2008 plea deal. The 2019 charges threatened to expose everything. Lawmakers reviewing recently unredacted files say the documents reference victims as young as 9 years old, and multiple powerful men whose identities remain protected. Some members of Congress are now openly accusing the Justice Department of a cover-up. Epstein's longtime associate, Ghislaine Maxwell, is serving a 20-year sentence for sex trafficking. But when subpoenaed by Congress, she refused to answer a single question, invoking her Fifth Amendment rights on advice of her lawyers.
Ms. Maxwell, were you a close friend and confidant of Jeffrey Epstein?
I would like to answer your question, but on the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer this question and any related questions. My habeas petition is pending in the Southern District of New York. I therefore invoke my right to silence under the Fifth Amendment to the U.S. Constitution.
Every question met with silence. Now, with this footage finally resurfacing, the same unanswered questions return. How did so many safeguards fail at once? Why were cameras down, checks missed, and timelines unclear? Was this simply negligence or something far more disturbing?
Subscribe to One India and never miss an update. Download the One India app now.